Hi, welcome back to my channel, Pilates by Brianna. I'm Brianna, and today's class is going to be a reformer workout using just the Pilates Arc. So I have the arc set off to the side. We'll use that in a minute, and I have my reformer set up for footwork. So I like to have 3 red springs or 3 heavy springs and 1 blue. I have the foot bar up, the headrest up as well. I'm going to take the straps off because we don't need them right now. And when you're ready, go ahead and lay down on the carriage. We're going to start with toes on the bar, feet hip distance apart. Heels will be elevated. And you're going to press out and come back in. Spine will be in neutral. This is going to be about a 30-minute class. I usually do this very early in the morning, so I like to start with footwork so I can lay down a little bit and just kind of wake up. Takes me some time to wake up. Let's come halfway in and little mini pulses. You're going to pulse up an inch and down an inch. Check in with your heels, make sure they're still lifted. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way out and bring it on in. You're going to slide the feet up so the arches are on the bar and toes will be kind of curled over. And then go ahead and press out and back in. You might feel a little massage in the bottom of the feet or the plantar fascia, so it should feel pretty good. We'll do a few more here, just warming up through the legs. And then let's bring it halfway in for pulses. We'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up and bring it on in. Slide your feet up so the heels are on the bar and the feet are nice and dorsiflex. So you're pretending like you're pressing into a wall. And then go ahead and press out and in with the carriage. I like to exhale out, inhale back in, but whatever breathing technique feels most comfortable for you. With this one, you should be initiating the movement more with the back of the legs. So you should feel more of the hamstrings and the glutes turning on. And we'll come halfway in, little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up and bring it on in. Bring your feet wide onto the bar and the knees will be externally rotated. And then go ahead and press out and back in. So the knees are in a little bit of a turnout position. Really squeezing through the glutes as you press out, controlling the movement on the way in. So it's very active as you press out and in. Come halfway in, little pulses here. Last set of pulses, legs should be feeling pretty warm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press all the way up. Bring it on in. Bring the toes back on the bar, hip distance apart. Heels elevated. You're going to press out and let your right heel drop underneath the bar as you bend the left knee. We'll hang out here for a few breaths, just stretching through the back of the right leg. Lift up with that right leg so both knees are straight, and then switch. Left heel will drop below the bar, right knee will bend. And then lift that left leg so both knees are straight, bend the knees and come on in. Bring the legs over the bar, arms are going to go up towards the ceiling. for a roll up. You're going to bring the chin to the chest, engage the core as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. Then you can bring the legs over. Take off your heavy and your medium spring, so we're left with two heavies. You're going to grab the arc, and let's bring the headrest down. You're going to place the arc on so it fits over the shoulder blocks, and the seat of the arc is facing towards the foot bar. And then you're going to come and sit in the lip, and your feet will be on the platform surface. Arms are going to go out in front. Shoulders stay down away from the ear. Then you're going to engage the core, begin rolling back just a few vertebrae until about the broad line, and then exhale to come back up. Inhale to roll down through the spine, exhale to come back up. Warming up the abdominals. Warming up the spine as well to work into that extension. Take your time with this, go at your own pace. Let's go for 3 more. 3, 2. Last one. Then on this next one, as you roll down, your left arm is going to open up, so you'll roll more onto the left side, and then come back up through center. We'll stay with the left, and back up through center. Getting a little bit of rotation, warming up the shoulders. And looking long to that arm. 3 more. Last one. And then on this next one, we'll go to the right, opening up the right arm. And you'll shift your weight slightly into that right side. So you're also working into the obliques. Few more here. Let's go for 3, 2, and last 1. And roll all the way up. You're going to bring the heels on the bar. Remember, we're on the 2 red springs. Hands will go behind your head, and you're going to lay all the way down over the magic circle. Give yourself a second just to settle in here. And your feet are hip distance apart. Elbows are wide. And then as you press the carriage out, you're going to scoot up into a little bit of a chest lift and then come back down. So when you're doing this, your chest is coming more up, not forward. So your chest is lifting and you're still looking up towards the ceiling. And then laying back over the arc. Exhale up as you press out. Inhale to relax back down. This works the abdominals, the upper abdominals and the lower abdominals. So it's a really powerful move. Let's do 3 more. 2. And last one. And lay back over the arc. This time as you come up, you're going to come up, rotate to the left, back to center, lower back down. We'll stick with that same time. You'll press out, rotate towards the left, back to center, and lower down. Still keeping your spine in a straight line, lifting the chest up, not forward. That rotation is getting a little bit more into the obliques. Your abs should definitely feel warm now. I know mine do. Let's do 3 more on this side. 2. And last one. And then we'll switch sides. Now this time as you come up, you'll rotate to the right, back to center, lower down. We'll come up to the right, back to center, lower down. And we'll keep repeating. Working through that right oblique. We've got about 5 left here. 3, 2, and last one. This time as the carriage comes in, you can rest over the box, let the arms hang. You should feel a nice stretch throughout the abdominals. And only go as far over the box or the arc as you can. I like this because it also stretches my shoulder out, as they tend to be a little bit tight. And then scoop your head to, or your chin to your chest, and come on up. We're going to come to lay on the side of the box. You're going to have your whole foot on the bar. I keep saying box, but I mean arc, so bear with me on that. And then you can kind of rest over the box like this, arc. So whole foot on the bar, we're going to just press out and in, working into the oblique, or the glutes. I like to have myself over the arc with my head supported. If it feels comfortable, you can lay all the way down, or you can prop up a little bit more. We'll be coming to this position soon, so I'm just going to rest down here. And let's go for 3, 2, and last one. Both hands are going to go behind the head. Now as you press out, they're going to lift up into an oblique lift and then lower back down. So trying to get that right rib to the right hip. Elbows are staying wide. If this does not feel good for you, you can always have your left hand on the arc to assist you up. So whatever variation is comfortable for you today. Let's do 3 more. 2, and last 1. Bring the carriage all the way in. We're going to switch. So you're on 1 medium spring, on balanced body at the balloon spring. So 1 medium. You're going to have the arm up supporting you like this, foot on the bar, because we're going to jump. So if you've never jumped before, you definitely want to be looking at your foot as it makes contact with the bar. Steady breathing here. On this light spring, it forces us to have the leg hovering for a little bit longer in the air, which works the glutes and the outer thighs. I like to exhale as I press out, inhale back in. Try not to let the foot dip down as you press out like mine did. So try to keep it in line with the foot bar. 3 more. 2. And last 1. Good. You can kind of stay seated in, it's not the most comfortable, but just briefly, that right ankle is going to cross the left knee. you'll feel a stretch in that right outer thigh. Keeping your back straight, you could hinge forward for a little bit more of a stretch, just to stretch it out after we worked it pretty good. We'll take just another breath here. And then you can uncross and pick up your straps. Hold them in one hand as you come to sit. Oh, I'm sorry, we're sitting on top of the arc. So on the peak. I like to have my feet back a little bit, and then you'll have a strap in each hand. And we're going to start with offering. So your elbows are going to be at your side and bent. Sitting up nice and tall, you're just going to press the carriage away and bring it back in. Exhale to press away, inhale back in. So you're just straightening out the elbows as you bring the arms in front of you. This is a 30-minute class, but we're going to hit everything. We're going to work the full body. These are the kind of workouts I like to do, shorter but effective. I don't always have a lot of time in the morning, so I try to make it count. 3 more. 2. This last one, you'll hold it out. Bring the palms to face each other. You're going to bring the arms out to the side and then bring the fingertips to touch out in front of you. So this is hug a tree. You're pretending that there's a giant tree in front of you and you're reaching around it to give it a hug. You want to keep your elbows in your view so you're not bringing them too far back to get a stretch on the front part of the shoulder. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure they're down and you're not wearing them as earrings. 2 more. Last one, when they're together, pause. We're going to bring them overhead. You can hinge forward slightly at the waist, and then you're going to straighten the elbows and bend them. Try to keep the elbows close in by your biceps, or I'm sorry, by your ears, so that way we can work the triceps. Three, 2, and last one. Circle them around and down and at your side. Bring the carriage all the way in and then you can let the straps drop behind you. Before we go to the other side for that side lying set, we're going to do a few planks and pikes. So we're still on that blue or medium spring. If you want to add more weight for more stability, you can. So with planks and pikes, the lighter the spring, the more challenging it is on the core. I'm going to keep it here, so you'll come up. Hands are going to go on the bar. You're going to put the feet on the arc in the lip, and we've got a nice kind of pike position. You're going to use the legs to press out so you're in plank, and then use the core to bring it in. Press out. Hips raise as you come in. Trying to keep the shoulders pretty much over the wrists. You're nice and strong through the back. 2 more. Last one. Then you're going to bring both toes to face the right as you bring it out to a plank. The left hip will dip and then pike it back up. Left hip will dip as you press out and pike it back up. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Bring it forward, bring the feet to center, and then over to the left, and we've got 8 here. So now the right hip will dip, or to bring it back up, those obliques. Try to bring the carriage all the way in. You might feel a little stretch in the hamstrings. Three more. Two. Last one. Once the carriage is all the way in, you can step off. And then if your foot bar locks, you can grab hold of it and lean back, getting a stretch in the back and throughout the back of the legs. And then you're going to come to sit on the right side. Because we've got that sideline set with the left foot on the bar. So let's take the same head position. So elbow on the arc, whole foot will go on the bar. Ooh. That is too light. So excuse me, we're going to switch it back to the two reds, or the two heavies, and take off that light, or the blue, or the light spring. And then we can go to it. Both feet on the bar, and then out and in. There, much better. Using this time to slow down the heart rate if it got elevated during the plank set. Three more. Last one. Then both hands behind the head. As you press out, we've got that side lift. So thinking of bringing the left rib to the left hip. Three more, stay strong. And last one. Good. That side is always a little more challenging for me. We're going to put that blue or medium spring back on, take off the two red or heavies, and we've got the jump. So the right forearm is going to be on the arc, left foot on the bar, and we've got our jump. So you're jumping out, watching the foot make that connection back to the bar as you come back in. Few more here. This side is definitely weaker for me than my right. Three, two, and last one. And bring the carriage all the way in. Come on off, and we've got that figure four stretch. So you're going to bring the left ankle over the right knee. And then you can, if you feel a stretch here, stay here. If you want to go a little bit further, keep the back straight as you hinge forward, getting that stretch in the left outer hip. We'll keep it here for another few breaths. And then we're going to do some back body work. Come back up. You're going to put on one red or heavy spring, take off the blue or medium, and put the foot bar in. You're going to come to lay on the box. Your hips are going to be at the apex here. So I like to kind of put my knees on it first. Your toes are going to go on the wood, and then just kind of bring yourself down onto the arc. Okay, So your toes are on the wood, the carriage might still be pretty close to the stopper, that's okay. I'm gonna shift up a little bit more. Hands are going to go behind the head. You're going to lift up into your lumbar extension as you raise your feet up. And then you're going to lower back down. Lift up as you press the toes into the bar, so kind of like a heel lift. And lower back down. Exhale up. Inhale to lower. You're squeezing the glutes as you come up. Inhale to lower. Three more. Last one. And rest down. You're going to pull up on the frame until you're at the risers. And then you're going to pull up so you're in a bicep contraction or your elbows are bent. Where the head and shoulders are raised and the chest is lifted. If this feels good here, you're going to lift both legs and begin kicking the legs. If that does not feel good, then you're going to slowly bring one leg up and then the other, or you can rest down over the box, or even keep the arms straight and do it like that. So whichever variation works for you, but you should not be feeling it in the low back. So we've just got the swimming legs. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. And rest down. Grab hold of the frames again. Slowly walk yourself back. And then you can come on up. Knees will go on the carriage and just go into a little child's pose if that feels okay and stable. And then come on up. You can step on off the reformer. We'll take off the arc and put it off to the side. Put your straps back on the pegs. You're going to raise the foot bar back up. And put on a blue or medium spring. So we're on one heavy and one blue, or one medium. And then come to lay back down. We're going to finish with feet and straps. If you would like your headrest up, you can go ahead and do that. And then you'll put your feet into your straps. As we cool the body down. Heels together, toes apart. You're going to press the carriage out. And then bring it back in for frog. Press out. And bring it back in as the knees go wide. You can pause in this little stretch if that feels good. Slowing down the heart rate. Cooling down. Next time the carriage is straight, or the legs are straight, pause. You'll bring the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Big circles away from each other as they lower down. Heels come back together. Raise them up through the center. So big hip circles. One more time. And then we'll reverse. Keep the legs together as you bring them down through center. Circle them around and out, back up and together. One more time. And then bring both legs straight down towards the foot bar. You're going to let the left leg come off to the side, bend the knee. That left foot will come close to touching the floor if it does not. And then that right leg is going to come straight up. So we've got a hip flexor stretch on one side and a hamstring stretch on the right leg. We're just going to stay here. So this should feel really yummy. Then the right leg can carefully go out to the side for more of an inner thigh stretch. Bring the right leg back up to center. Put some tension on the rope as you bring the right leg down towards the foot bar. That will bring the left leg up so they match. Then the right knee is going to bed. Foot will find the floor as the left leg goes up towards the ceiling. So now we're feeling the hip flexor stretch on the right side and the hamstring stretch on the left. Then that left leg can carefully go out to the side for more of a adduction or inner thigh stretch. If you need to hold onto the rope to control it, you can. Bring the left leg back up to center. Put some tension on the rope as you bring it down towards the foot bar to bring the right foot up. Then the soles of the feet will come together as you bend the knees into a butterfly stretch. So 2 ways to do this. If you keep the knees pretty bent, you'll feel it more on the inner thighs. If you let the knees straighten a tiny bit, still very bent, and bring the legs up a little bit higher, you'll feel it in the low back. And then you can take your feet out of the straps, hang them up, roll on up to one side, and you are all done. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you have any requests, let me know, and please subscribe to my channel to see more content.